Hey guys, welcome back to L Earth Angel 50. Here to give you guys another message, okay? So, I want to just put this out there for the record since I noticed it. Okay, so something happened where something was shut down for a few days, okay? And so I just did a little bit of an experiment to see if something would actually appear again. And it did. So it looks like some kind of way, I'm not exactly sure how, because you guys know that my technology skills only go to a certain level. But again, you don't have to be gifted and skilled in certain areas to realize that something is a repetitive thing that's going on. So somebody has an ability or a way to where they are able to, and it's someone that they may not read the language, they probably could speak the language, but someone that speaks, they may be bilingual, is tampering, doing something online. They could possibly be doing this using your name, okay? That's what I'm getting. And I do feel like it's happening to me because things are showing up in different languages that I may know a little bit of the language, but I don't speak it fluently. I may even read a little bit of the language, but again, it's not my, obviously English is my first language, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there for the record so that it would be noted, and a lot of times that's why I do say things on this platform, just so that I have a personal record of it, so it's out there. And these are real things, you guys. This is not anything that anybody is making up. This is real, actual stuff that's happening. I don't know if you guys are seeing that as well, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some love and light cards before we start this message. I'm not gonna read anything from the book today. I kind of, go how I'm guided. I have a pre-pulled message, but I think I'm gonna save that and do that as a separate message. But I have some prepared cards from a message that I got coming in overnight. And I don't know what it is, y'all. Why can't I ever remember my full dreams or sometimes they're not even dreams, they're like visions from overnight. I can't remember them all. Okay. Yeah, let's do the prayer for protection and then I'll do some love and light. The light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me wherever I am. God is, and hopefully with all of you, okay? All right, let me get a sip of my coffee before we get into this. All right. Oh, that peacefully. I can just tell you guys when it does fully open, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous because just the way it looks as it's starting to grow and form. Okay, and more leaves are growing. It's looking very healthy. That one over there is still doing good. Today I decided to burn some non-champa, so I have some non-champa cleansing out the space. All right. There's something on my lenses. But again, I hope that you guys are all doing amazing. Again, please do not get scammed. Be careful what you're feeding into, what you're buying into. It's a lot of people doing a lot of deceitful, unnecessary stuff. And a lot of it is in an effort to get away with some things. Before I do the love and light, I want to tell you just what I have incoming that I didn't get a chance to write cards on, is that there may be people doing things, they're staging things, they're doing things as a form of distraction. And these distractions are so that, typically when people create a distraction, it's either because they're trying to get away with something. So it could be a theft. It could be even trying to get away, like trying to flee. So that came up in my energy as well. People using distractions. What is this, y'all? I got some kind of, I think that was a message I had coming in. Yeah, I think that's my son sending me a message. That's why I tilted my head so I could see what it said. But he laughing because I had sent him something funny. like, I couldn't read what he said because it went by so quick, but he got a kick out of whatever I said, you know. You still have to laugh to keep from crying, you guys. All right. So, I have been maintaining, despite a lot of you have been maintaining, despite what you've been going through. And life is real out here, y'all. The stuff that I talk about on my channel, somehow, somewhere, some way, it is true. A lot of times when I get the confirmation in my feed, I'm like, wow. But there are some ancestors that are on fire, and they will continue to be on fire. They will not be able to rest. They're going to continue to fight to protect their people, okay? And those of you that believe in that, not everybody does. People may not even believe in afterlife. They may not believe in angels, things of that nature. You know, we're all different here, different people. Everybody's welcome on my channel. I'm not judgmental at all. I just deliver the messages for whatever comes up for me, okay? And I love everybody. That means I like everybody, but I love everybody, even if you don't love me back. I decided that I would go ahead and stay in frame today, right? And let's see if there's anything else, Spirit, that you wanted me to say before. Okay. Ooh, my ring's falling out. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to get that out, what was coming in that I wasn't able to write on the cards. But let's do some love and light real quick. Excuse me. Let's get 2 or 3 good ones, Spirit. And again, even if I've done them before, you know, whatever comes out here is what Spirit wants us to hear for the day. That's spread to me. But I'm guided to this one and this one. Okay, I'm just going to take these 2. Gentleness is the path of peace, okay? And again, peace, I didn't even pick up all the cards, actually. So, I guess this is what was meant to come out. And peace, again, running theme. I keep being referred to the peace lilies. I have peace lilies on both sides of me. All right. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. Psalms 23 verses, it looks like 1 through 3. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, I forgot to give Loudmouth in their heads up that I was in here recording, but a lot of times y'all don't even make a difference because he's still gonna be loud. All right. Shine your inner light brightly, okay? Shine your inner light brightly. The city has no need of sun or moon. I'm sorry, let me start over again. The city has no need of sun or moon, for the glory of God illuminates the city, and the Lamb is its light. Revelation 21 and 23. And these cards, they both have really beautiful illustrations on them. Okay. And the colors pink and purple still have some significance. Okay. Because I did talk about the pink meaning of the pink feather in a previous message. And I did want to clear up some things, like make sure you guys are reading my comments, because if I make any errors, I try to put those down in the comments. And also please make sure you're not sleeping on the posts. I don't know, it used to say community tab, but I don't think it says that anymore. It says post on mine. But again, I know they're tampering, but I know that somehow, somewhere, some way you guys get my messages, okay? Because like I noticed things, like and my analytics, they don't make any sense, so somebody definitely tampering. I'm not getting compensated in any kind of way either, just so that you're aware, so don't get scammed. I took my wish list down a long time ago. I took my Cash App, all that, any type of ways to get anything off of there, because I just see that there's a major problem that is it still has not been corrected. I don't know if a lot of you if you're still experiencing that, or if you've had corrections. I really would love to know. So if any kind of way you guys are able to get me a message, because it seems like, again, I spoke on that again. I'm just, again, putting this out there for the sake of having it documented that I still feel like I am experiencing those blockages with mail, emails, possibly even something to do with phone calls. Just the people, just, they're just trying to make a lot of y'all's life difficult so you cannot take care of yourselves and your family. That's really the main thing, and even as a form of harassment, okay? And for some of you, it's gotten so major that you don't even know what judicial systems that you can trust. And a lot of that did come out in the message, so I hope I'm able to give you guys a clear and concise message, right? I feel really drawn to these cards here too, clarifying life situations. The true emotional, I'm gonna use some of that today. True crime, and the What Lies Beneath Oracle. I do not do traditional tarot over here, so if you guys have been tuning in to me, I appreciate you, I love you. If you understand, if you're resonating, you know, a lot of us do have similar situations, and unfortunately, it's been going on for far too long. Okay, but nonetheless, we power through, right? You do have people in the energy still that are trying to get you to respond negatively. And we're human, y'all. Sometimes I'll still say a little something, pop it off, get it out my system. And I don't mean like popping off to where I'm going out here bothering anybody or doing anything that's going to get me in any type of trouble. I don't do that, okay? And like I said, it's not to say that anyone is perfect. We are perfectly imperfect, okay? Even when I decided to, you know, get myself together, since I've been so drawn to purple lately, I was like, let me put my nails back purple again, all right? So let's get into this message, and hopefully I won't be long. I may have to split it up because I do have quite a few cards, but I did a shuffle on them already. We got Selfless at the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna shuffle them again after I pull this card. So I feel like there's someone here in the energy that is very selfless, okay? They may be selfless to a fault. Like they're always willing to do things for others, to the point even where sometimes they are putting themselves last. Many of us have that as part of who we are. It's just part of who you are. Okay, you the type of person that, you know, you would still go out of your way to help another person. Okay, but you know, we do have to be mindful because a lot of people take advantage of people that do that. All right. I have something here also about a former client. So if you are someone who works directly with the public, now, I mean, this could be in various forms. I was getting something with the Department of Health and Human Services. There's a great need always in that area. Also, that you could be working in some form of healthcare. This could be in any respect, whether you're the doctor, you could be an anesthesiologist, you could be, what are the people that take blood? I think it's called phlebotomist. So you could work within the healthcare field, whatever your role may be. You could even be some sort of, I was also hearing something about what do they call that? A radiologist, but you could be like a technician, some sort of technician. I'm hearing that as well. So you could resonate with parts of this message. There could be something where there is some sort of run-in or something going on with a former client or clients. You could even be someone who works as some sort of therapist or psychologist where you may actually be careful because this person may be, like if you're dealing with someone who has some sort of mental health issue, these people could become combative. Somebody could even be stalking a healthcare person or again, you don't have to work in healthcare, but I was picking up on something where these are people that you have worked with, that you have given services to directly. Okay, you don't even know this person like that, but this is someone who you may have provided services. Because like if you, let's say, I could just use this as an example. You may go in for something annually, okay? And this person has been your client at some point in time, but you wouldn't remember that. You don't remember, like, just imagine how many clients you see. Like, even myself as a former educator, hold on, y'all, 'cause this boy, what is he supposed to be a man, but oh my goodness, hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back, so hopefully my son can keep it down, I hope. But just be mindful, like, if you are leaving out of your, and this is not meant to upset anyone or scare anybody, but if you happen to leave out of your place of employment, you know, I know sometimes we're very committed to our jobs and you may even stay late. See if you can walk out with someone, or if you have a family member that can meet you there, if there's security that can walk with you. I just feel like there may be a client that may have gotten upset about something or be unhinged, and then we got a lot of underhanded things that are happening behind the scenes too, where people are antagonizing others and it may not even have anything to do with you, okay? But just be mindful of that. Something about former clients. Also, making sure that your belongings are secured as well, like not leaving your, I mean, I think this is kind of most of us, you know, keeping your keys and your name badge. If you still write old school prescription pads, it's something with that. These could even be things that I may be picking up on from the past. And I am get like, Spirit just be giving it to me. Like I'm getting something else too, where and this is because even like people that we trust, that have trusted positions, have trusted jobs, where we trust these people to do what's right in the positions that they hold. Someone may have even bribed a physician to do something that was, I mean, it not only does it break client physician confidentiality, like what is that, HIPAA, I mean, just all the ethics are out of the door when you would allow someone else to bribe you in some type of way to like I am even hesitant to say this, but giving like a faulty diagnosis to someone, telling someone that they have something that they do not, to straight up to their face, okay, because they were bribed to do so, okay? Like how evil is that? Like even possibly giving someone some sort of like, I have no other way to put it, like a death sentence. Y'all, I don't know. I just deliver the messages, y'all. I also keep getting something about underground, okay? Underground. I have had something come up in my feed. I don't know how true it is, because you know I just repost the stories. It's not anything that I created. The angel number 221 and 222 could be significant as well. But I don't know if the people may even have gone underground somewhere to, or this could even be an underground parking structure as well. But something happening underground, okay? So that could even connect to these former clients. So that's why I was saying make sure you leave with someone, or if you can. But something about people going to escape something, going underground, okay? And what I was trying to say about what was popping up in my feed, it was something as to like whole underground communities. I'm not sure, guys, what that is. Okay, when someone was given a diagnosis, okay, your complexion could have been pale. So you could have been, you know, unwell from something, but you were given like I said, you were given a diagnosis as if you weren't going to come back from something. And if what I'm seeing is that you recovered and you're still here, but you were given some sort of death sentence. And I totally believe in the Most High, and I don't care if a doctor does say, "Oh, you only have," because I've heard of miracles like this where a doctor will tell somebody, "Oh, you only have 2 weeks to live," and then the person goes on to live a full life. So it's something like that here. All right. Also, we have a grant writer. All right. This could be what someone's actual job title is. That is what they do for their employer. They write grants. A grant writer is someone who may work for some sort of government department, corporation, foundation, or trust. Okay. Provided, you could provide these services to some sort of institution. So someone here that resonates with parts of this message, that could be your job title. You could be some sort of grant writer. Okay. Also, we have payroll here. Someone may want to, or someone may have had to have a conversation with someone who works in payroll because there were a lot of errors being made. But I believe the reason why these errors were being made and errors being caught on the behalf of certain staff members because someone was doing something intentionally to pad their pockets in the background. Okay, so some sort of payroll errors here. Okay, but these errors started to be flagged. Okay, this could be someone not fully giving people what they're supposed to have. A lot of times, I don't know, I guess there's certain people that you get paid, and a lot of times now our pay stubs are digital. Someone may have, because I know this has even happened to me in the past, you guys, where I look at my stuff and I'm like, something's not quite right, but I may not catch it like until the next pay period or whatever. Okay, so someone may need to also pay attention to their payroll. There could have even been an issue with payroll to where people did not get their checks on time. And for a lot of us, that can be detrimental if you're not getting your paycheck on time because your bills don't wait. Your bills don't stop. Okay. Even like what folks are doing to a lot of us now, where they're trying to affect your finances, our bills don't stop. And I do want to pay all my debts, but it really does do something to me when someone calls and I say, "I'm sorry, I don't know when I'm going to be able to make that." And there's people that are behind the scenes laughing because they know that they've cut into your money. But the thing that people fail to understand, I don't care how long you've been getting away with whatever. You want to stop somebody's money, one day your money gonna stop. You want to be a bully, you might. And again, I'm not putting that out there. I'm not sending that to anybody. I'm just saying it will be flipped, like how I do flip the script. The flip will be flipped back onto you if you are going out of your way to do these things to people that you know that's downright evil. Just because you're not a selfless individual. You're selfish. Okay, you're selfish. You're only worried about your needs, meeting your needs, and a lot of this has to do with greed, which comes up a lot on this platform here. I pick up on it a lot. People just being greedy, all right, doing a lot of evil, deceitful things, all right. These people could even know people in high places, all right, but the Most High. A lot of y'all, if you are, you could be spiritual, you could be religious. You have belief systems where you know how to feel a sense of protection around you. Okay, even if you're going through things. Okay, because you may have gone to these people in these high places and said, "Hey, look, this is what's going on here," and you may have felt like you didn't get any assistance. And it's because a lot of times in certain situations, these people are all in on it. Okay, they know very well what you're talking about, but they don't want to be implicated in whatever this is. They are trying to help, because a lot of times they say it's who you know, not what you know. They could have believed an idiot here, and no, I'm not talking about anybody that's giving you the message. This person is not trustworthy. They don't even look like they're on the up and up. I'm just saying. But for whatever reason, this person was convincing at the time and they believe this person's lies, okay? They believed in idiots, okay? This person could have even doctored some things, okay? They could have known some people, even the people working there, okay? And there are organized crime groups, because I picked up on it in a message that I did in the past, where they'll strategically have people go work for certain places, okay? Again, anything that I pick up on here, you guys could be past, present, or future energy. Even the grant writer, like, you just never know. These people could have been strategically placed to assist and figure out ways, how can we get over? What am I hearing, Tina? How I got over? Is that Tina Turner? How I got over? I don't know. I'm just feeling like somebody feels like they continue to get over, and so it's a win for them, and they want you to take a loss. All right, trigger warning on this message here. There's been some sort of misconduct that someone could have admitted to. They may have even admitted to some things, some misconduct with this may have even been a therapist or a psychologist or something that they were doing repetitively, or something that they feel like they have a problem with. This may have came out in discussions. The R word, that's just all I'm gonna say. I'm just show the card. And they could have been doing this repeatedly. But it's the person that they were doing it to. They knew the person, so in their mind, in their warped mind, they felt like it was okay, but it's still misconduct. And I think the therapist tried to explain that to this person, which again, this person may have even stopped coming to see you after that, okay? But this is very serious. And if a client, I know there's a client, what is that called? Like even how like attorneys can't say certain things. They can't, what is that called? Client, attorney, is it called? I'm not sure, guys. I'm just hearing client, attorney privilege. But same thing, like even if you go and tell your therapist something they're not supposed to go tell somebody something else. I also was getting the most bizarre message about someone even being able to, I don't know how they would have been able to do this, but someone even eavesdropping on somebody's appointment. I don't know if there's somebody that worked in the office or they had some sort of access to confidential information. It's something like that, y'all. People even having access to information that's supposed to be private and confidential, which is also a violation of HIPAA. Okay, I don't know how they did this. Excuse me. I know that one time, I speak on this stuff, we just go real over here. If you've ever been to a therapist, okay, I don't know how you guys therapists do it, but I actually saw an older gentleman one time, and he used to write. Like he would literally like, I don't know if he was doing like, what do they call that, shorthand or however you do it, and then he would enter the data later, and then you'll see other people do it, and they enter it into a digital system. I mean, I suppose even a digital system could have gotten hacked, so that could have been a way that somebody's confidential information could have been leaked. Okay, just for the record, I'm absolutely mentally sound. I do not see any sort of therapist, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you if you have to see a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Whatever, if you have to do that, that's absolutely fine. But there are some people that do have severe issues. Something like that to this point, that would have to be reported to authorities because those are crimes. I think that that's when the client, physician, or whatever, I think the privilege goes out the window at that point with the confidentiality, because they have to report that a crime has been committed. or even if someone threatens, like let's say they threaten to harm themselves or someone else, that stuff has to be reported. Okay? Someone could be trying to keep you in some sort of negative soul tie, okay? By physical force, this could be emotional, spiritual, or social. All right, I do also, on the flip of this card, it says justice. Okay, someone who is upright in the justice system, they are a person of integrity, uprightness, fairness, and equitableness. Okay, so once these things are reported, and I know that's a lot, you guys, these are general messages, but I do feel like there are some things that have been going on here where the wrongs have to be made right, okay? Because I know that my conscience would not, I think a lot of us can think about situations like this, like your conscience would bother you if you did not report certain things, because you have to realize that, like what I said, where was it? Cereal here. That's become a lie. And I told you I'm not talking about Captain Crunch. I'm talking about something negative being repeatedly done, okay? And there's nothing wrong with someone going and seeking help for that if they really feel like they have a problem. But there's people that they don't realize that that's a problem. That's why I think a particular person, I keep going back to that, they stopped going to see a particular therapist because they didn't like what they told them. Okay, and again, I'm just getting this message repeatedly as well, that someone that works with clients, I already talked about different types, potential clients. Make sure that you are just proceeding with caution. You may have even felt sort of uncomfortable or threatened. Again, this is only if you feel that intuitively, okay? And this could even be the person that's trying to keep some sort of soul tie with you in some kind of weird way. Soul tie. But I do feel like if someone does come forward and put this out there, it can even possibly prevent other horrible crimes from taking place towards another individual. So this person is already known to be a serial offender that needs to be well documented, and not just in somebody's computer in their doctor's office. Let's see, interference here. That's what I'm talking about. The other message that I had come up, y'all, with someone not even illegal obstruction, hinder, block. That's what interference is. So, y'all, even somebody possibly even taking files, deleting information. Like I said, you have to be mindful that this is a thing. People being strategically placed, even possibly being paid. You're already making a good wage if you work in certain sectors, but somebody could hit your hand a little bit harder, and a lot of people will say yes to that. All of their integrity will go right on out the window for that cash money, dollar bill, y'all. Okay? Interference. I feel like there's some interference, not just in one situation, possibly multiple, all right? And this could even help someone to where they didn't really get the help that they needed because it wasn't fully documented, okay? Because you know that there are organizations that work together where, okay, they may ask, okay, can I get those records? I need you to submit those records to us to show what you did, what happened when this person was seen by such and such doctor. And if those records have been altered in some kind of way or deleted, if there was some sort of interference here, then that's going to be a problem. I'm also getting something with someone sifting through your work. So now, most of us, if we work in places like that, files and record keeping, a lot of that stuff is supposed to be confidential. So just making sure that those files are locked making sure that if it is something that's digital, those are also protected. I mean, again, that's not my area of expertise, but I'm hearing firewall, VPNs, and now with technology and hackers and things, I know people are still able to infiltrate those systems because I've already picked up on it here in this message. Or this literally could be something that is, because it's been coming up a lot as well, your intellectual property, somebody literally sifting through your work. So if you're a writer, I mean, I used to, I don't so much anymore, but you could have journals, or you could do things digitally, and someone could be getting your work. Even like those of us that have platforms like this, if you do something online, somebody could even be going back. No, I just keep seeing that, like somebody's going back, looking through your stuff and pulling stuff, and they've made money off of basically what you are doing, what you say and what you do. Sifting through, they could be sifting through your old work or something like that. Okay, they could be doing it to different people. All right, they could even be combining things, like it's something like that, somebody that sifts through someone's work here. Right, or again, I also am getting something with, even if you share workspaces with people, somebody even possibly messing with things in your own personal private space. And I just heard the word cubicle, so I don't know if you work in a place where it's just like a full office and it's lined with cubicles. That's kind of the visual that I'm getting. Okay, there could be more victims, survivors. Hopefully these are not people that perished in some sort of way. Pull some more cards, hopefully, and get some more clarification here, but there could be more victims. Actually, this is making me smile because I feel like it's going to, there is still these, you guys are still survivors, but I feel like there's gonna be like some sort of, I'm hearing bombshell, y'all. Like there's gonna be some sort of bombshell that people did not see coming, because there's someone that's so adamant that, they may still have to serve time, but I don't think this person is gonna see, like somebody may end up getting some sort of life sentence of some kind, thinking that they were only gonna get maybe 10, 15 years, which is still a huge amount of time off of somebody's life. Especially depending upon what age you are. Like if you're already up in age and someone gives you a life, I'm hearing life sentence though, but somebody gets like 10, 15 years. But there's maybe some sort of bombshell, and it may have something to do with more victims. Or, other charges. Something about more victims, y'all. There could be more victims in a case. Or something else, some other information comes out. Okay, and I just keep hearing the word bombshell. It's gonna be like a bombshell. Pay attention to the changes, okay? This could be in your work environment, and I'm hearing home and school environment as well. Pay attention to the changes. Now, these could be changes for the better or no. All right, but whatever this bombshell is, it made me smile because I feel like whatever that change is going to change a lot of people's lives to where they're able to breathe a sigh of relief, because they know that there's no chance that this person is ever going to be able to harm anyone else or them ever again. All right, someone may have had to be restrained, okay, physically restrained from leaving a place because they were going to be taken into custody immediately when they thought they were going to be able to walk. So somebody may have had to be restrained, okay? They thought they were going to just go in for something, and they're not going to be able to, okay? And this threw that person for a loop, so they became belligerent. We also have restraining order. Now, you guys already know, and it's from my own personal experience, how I feel about restraining orders, okay? Restraining orders. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna look like, dang, she's having a lot of deliveries, but I got delivery. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. Beverages. I had to get my beverages. Gotta stay hydrated, right? It's been really hot in a lot of places. Okay. But yeah, restraining order. And I feel like this has to do with whatever this is with these former clients. Someone may need to get some sort of restraining order. Now, I'm not going to go into my whole spiel on why I have a type of, why I feel a type of ways about a restraining order. And I think it's been coming up in my feed a lot lately too about how these things really don't, it's really just a piece of paper. I can remember having one once upon a time in the past, and I called, and the response that I got from the officers was less than pleasing, and stuff just continued to happen. Nothing ever really, they would talk to the person and the person would still do the same thing, but to where the point where, you know, I think you can get it for up to 5 years. I had only done like a 1 year. Even the person that was out, you know what, I don't know where that heifer is now today, but whoever it was, even the, I don't know if it's the court reporter, whatever, even they were, thought it was a joke. Like, how are you snickering in the middle of a case? Okay, because obviously the person who I was getting it against, they did not show up that day. And that's just a memory that I have. And that was a long time ago. I think that they're a joke. I think they're a joke. What Flavor Flav say? 911 is a joke. 911 can even be a joke to some people in some communities. Like, you call 911 and how did it go? Get up, get down. 911's a joke in your town, because they take forever to show up. And if sometimes when they show up, does anything actually really get done? And that's what I'm saying in this case with the restraining order. I called because there was an incident. Well, ma'am, they've already left the scene. We could go talk to them. That's pretty much all they did. Did you check the cameras? Did you see that he was actually here? Did you see what the person was doing when they were here? I don't think they even did anything like that at that time. Because then now you have evidence that the person actually was here acting belligerent. But no, they didn't do that. I think they went into I don't want to give too much away, but they went into the place where this incident happened, and they came back out of the place. So that means you didn't question them. You didn't ask to look at any footage. And at that time, I was just young. I was nervous. Not that I'm a scary person, but it was a scary moment, because you don't know what someone's going to do when they have this person went and retrieved a weapon. It wasn't your typical weapon, like a sharp object or anything like that, but it was something where they could have used it for blunt force. And there's so many people, I don't care whether you're a male, female, or child, that are threatened by individuals. And I'm didn't mean to spend this much time on this, but not only is 911 a problem certain times, even like depending upon the way that the person responds on the other end, because they're just people that were hired to work in a call center, okay, as a 911 operator. And you have to be very skilled, gifted, and talented at that job as well to know what that person is trying to say. A lot of times people are in a lot of distress at the time, or, you know, if you got somebody like right there in your vicinity, you may not even be able to articulate or speak very loud. You could be hiding from someone. There's so many different scenarios, y'all, but someone here may still need to get one just so that it is documented. I'm just say that. And, you know, just pray that it helps you some kind of way. Someone may even have the ability now to build new memories because you're going to be taken away. Somebody I was speaking to the other day said, do you have any Calgon? Y'all remember the old school Calgon commercials? Calgon, take me away. Yes, you will be able to build new memories, because I don't know if it's Calgon, but you will be able to be taken away to a place where you can have a more sense of peace. And again, peace has been the ongoing theme. I think somebody's attorney or legal team or whatever, somebody gonna do a power play. Okay, this could be lottery. Okay, oh my goodness. Maybe that's confirmation. Somebody gonna get the lottery. I don't know what he said, but he sounded excited. But power play. This could be a power play in a court of law. Okay, this could be a legal move. Power play, because I said something gonna be a bombshell. Or this literally could be somebody doing, like, hitting the power play. I think that is something to do with lottery or gambling. I don't know. I can't tell you guys the last time I went to a casino or anything like that. I don't gamble. Every blue moon, like when the jackpot gets really big, I might play, but I typically don't participate in those sorts of things. Now, this came out in a previous message as well. An instigator, somebody that intentionally incites or starts trouble. So just be mindful of that. Okay, it's still in the energy. Someone who is an instigator. All right. Okay, this could even be someone that you know. All right. Might be someone that you don't know. It could have been someone, because I'm telling you, people have been putting other folks up to doing their dirty deeds. Someone could be doing this, sending someone towards you, right? You may have even decided to go at it more alone. I know I made that decision when all these weird things started happening in and around me. Okay, you may have kind of fallen back from other people. You know, I try to pick and choose what I do. But these could be very, very well be people that you have love for or had love for, but you love them and you wish them well, okay? Doesn't mean that you communicate with them on any sort of consistent level anymore. Maybe you did once upon a time. Because y'all know I say it all the time, and I mean that. I love people, but I don't like everybody. And so if many of you may have made the decision, hey, person acting up, they've been acting kind of funny. I think I'm just fall back. There's trickster energy too, where people will make it seem like they're for you, but they're actually not, or they have ulterior motives. Someone may have even been doing something at their jobs after hours. Now, the only time I've ever gone back to my job after hours, like meaning after I was off, so I may have forgot something. I know I used to be that person who would always, not always, but sometimes I'd leave something. Like I'd leave my charger, and then I started making sure that I would leave one there and then have one for home. Or I would leave my my Bluetooth or something. I'm like, dang, I left such and such at my job. Or like sometimes I would lock things up and leave them inside of a cabinet there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. So this, however, what I'm getting this after hours is somebody going back to their job after hours, but they're in there doing something they don't have any business doing. And they may have been spotted on camera and questioned by a supervisor, what were you doing here at this time? Somebody was going back to their job doing something, possibly even changing documents or getting documents, doing something after hours. Somebody got really scared because they had been doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. They had already left for the evening and they realized, oh my God, I left something that could potentially, they could get caught up by whoever comes in the morning. That's very specific. Somebody who worked, they could have worked in a professional setting, such as this could have been a bank, a credit union, some sort of financial institution. Something else here too. This could even have been like what I'm saying with someone that worked with clients. Some sort of documentation that this person did not want to be found, or something that they had maybe even possibly before they left for the night, they might have been the last person there. Could have left something by that, they could have thought they left something there that could potentially get them in trouble. Leaving something on a copy machine. Maybe they thought they left something unlocked when they weren't even supposed to be going in there in the first place. Because a lot of times if we work at certain facilities, you have access, you have keys, you have fobs, whatever it is that you need to access certain areas. Somebody could have been in an area that they weren't supposed to be in, because I know I have workplaces and these people, they entrust you with these things. People even doing underhanded things like saying, oh, I lost my keys, I lost my work keys, and giving someone else access to be able to enter these facilities and do things after hours. That could also be what I'm picking up on here. We got a small town guy or girl, all right? Someone also that resonates with this message, you could be of mixed race. Okay. All right. Somebody could be a combination of some sort of Latino and something else, maybe Latino and black or Latino and white. Authorities are not listening, okay? Someone could have even reported something, but the authorities, they listened, but they didn't listen. They did not listen. Well, I hear somebody was saying something to me the other day. They were saying, "Listen, Linda." Listen, Linda. I don't know if somebody's name could be Linda. Listen, Linda. Authorities not listening. Okay, not taking what you're saying seriously here. All right. This could have actually caused someone to pass. I'm so sorry. For whoever that's for, they could have not listened properly and gave the wrong information. Somebody could have, because time is of the essence when there's some sort of emergency here. I'm sorry if y'all hear my son in the background. He's just carrying on. I think he's on his game. I have gamers here. Someone could have you could have made a report and someone could have said, well, that's not our jurisdiction. You could have just gave up at that point. I know I was told that one time I went and I was explaining something that it was like, well, that's not really our jurisdiction. You would have to go to such and such place. And I would have just thought, this is just my own personal thought about the situation. I was like, well, can't you at least report what I'm saying to the other jurisdiction? Because that is your job. Like, why do I have to now go and report what I'm saying to you to another jurisdiction? But someone said something was not their jurisdiction. And again, I don't work in that sector. I don't work in the judicial system, so I do not know. Okay. Or this could have even been on a bigger scale, you guys. This could have been something to do with being from the local authorities to all the way up to the level of, because I think once the FBI or somebody gets involved, it's out of, I think they consult with them, but if they send it from the local jurisdiction to then the feds get involved, I don't think that the local officials really have much say-so over that anymore. So I don't know whose situation this is. Again, these are general messages and predictions, so only take what fits for you. But I have been told that on a personal level, that if something was not their jurisdiction, that I would have to go to a different station for my concern. Okay, someone could have even hurt your child or children. Now I can only imagine if this has something to do with a child or children, that they would really, not that I'm saying that any other situation shouldn't be taken as serious, but this could have even been something where someone, you said someone hurt your child or your children. I do also feel like there's situations here that get escalated. Somebody could have escalated a situation that really, it didn't have to get to the level that it did. Also with this hurt your child or children, these could even be false claims. People do it, y'all, to just try to get somebody locked up. And because I'm picking up on both, like somebody didn't even do anything to your child. They were probably trying to help your child. And somebody tried to make it seem like you hurt their child. Y'all, the scenario that this could very well be somebody's scenario, but I'm just give you this as an example. Like going to catch someone before they fall, and you may have grabbed someone's arm, and someone could have just saw that part of it and said that you hurt their child, you left a bruise on their child, but you were trying to stop this child from falling. Because I picked up on something in a message the other day about someone being having a fall, but they were someone in some sort of facility, possibly a nursing home or something. And again, this confirmation is something to do with somebody's children, young people. All right. Or there could be young people that resonate with this message. The child may have even been questioned and been able to help resolve that issue. Something is going to come as a surprise to somebody, that a case either gets closed or that there's going to be a new case opened. And I keep hearing the bombshell. And y'all, you notice that's the only red card out the deck. And for those of you, because I think that poses a problem for somebody that's colorblind, this whole card here, because it's red and green. So just so you know, it says surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Somebody's going to get a surprise. And it's not going to be what they think. Okay, because surprises can be good or bad. I did get something about a party energy. There could be some sort of surprise party. Somebody's not expecting something. That somebody could be trying to really surprise somebody in a good way, okay? I have these names here so you could resonate with this message. I'm also getting a lot of hidden helpers. I don't know if these names have something with hidden helpers. Also keep in mind when I get these names, these could be part of businesses. You could resonate with things that I've said in this message. All right, first, middle, last, or these could even be parts of business names. Could even be streets. We have Mac, Edna, Sharon, Bell, Howell, Anderson, Carpenter. I kind of, excuse my little air there. I have Clay, Little, VZ. Okay, those names could have some significance to this message. All right, Caldwell, Tasha, Mika, Keisha. It's a lot of Ikas. Tamika, Jada, John, Lester, Jimmy, Donna, Carrie, Lewis, and Davis. Okay, those are all very general names, you guys. So, only take what fits for you. When I say names, I only get them because, like, as I'm preparing for my message, those are the names that jump out to me. If, you could be a survivor of something. You could work in any of these aspects. Hopefully you are not somebody that's out here doing any of the negative things that I brought up in this message, but it could be. Again, only take what fits for you. And when I say these names, it's only because they're jumping out at me, okay? We got a DV survivor here, so that could even be potentially why somebody may have had to obtain some sort of restraining order, or they could have had to call 911. And hopefully it wasn't a joke for you, baby, okay? Shout out to Public Enemy, one of my favorite groups from back in the day. I did have an opportunity back in the 90s, y'all, to go to the show, all them people up on the stage marching and stuff, all them soldiers. That's what I remember from it. Okay. But yeah, somebody here, including myself, DV survivor. Somebody is back at it again. So this person may have, they could have been incarcerated. Maybe that's why they stopped something. Okay, this could have to do with online bullying. Either the person that's doing the bullying is a Latino, or if they're whatever they're doing online, they could be Latino. This could also have something to do with some of the other things that I mentioned here, but it's somebody of Latino. I said somebody could be mixed race, so they might be have some Latino descent, but they're back at it again. Whatever it is they're doing, they could have stopped for a time, but they're back at it again. Whatever they're doing, okay? And somebody may be forced, I'm just saying what I'm getting. Somebody may be forced to go in and get this person and take them down again to stop them from doing what they're doing. I think they may know. For someone's situation, they know who this person is that's doing this. Somebody could already be being watched under investigation. Okay, they may even have them on some sort of footage doing this, even if their face is covered. Somebody may have had their face covered, or they could have had some sort of what I want to call that, y'all, disguise. All right, and then something about a PR. Now, when I think about public relations, I think of someone who is maybe, this person could be a very powerful individual. It could even possibly be a celebrity, but somebody may have a public relations team that has been working on their behalf. Or this could be some other sort of professional team, okay? But somebody's PR team is on the job. Now, a lot of us, regular old people, we don't have a public relations team working on our behalf. But there could even, in somebody's situation with this bombshell, there could be some kind of way that some of you, because this is what I'm getting, you may end up having, so I don't know if you're getting ready to step into some form of celebrity status, but you may even end up at some point in time having your own PR team. Okay. And that's amazing. Like, I would think that that would be amazing for somebody if you're getting ready to go, like maybe you're the bombshell, maybe you have some sort of story that you're going to tell, and at some point in time you may even come into having your own public, let me grab that. You may have your own public relations team, child. Okay, what you gonna be doing, baby? I was burning some non-champa today instead of burning some Palo Santo, and it smells so good. I love the way that non-champa smells. It's done. Take this out. But that's the message, guys. I'm gonna pull a few more cards. This one is running a little bit longer because I did go ahead and do all the cards. I was gonna split it, but I was like, no, it's flowing so well. It's like, let's just get her all done. Let's get her done. Okay, let's clarify. Clarifying life situations here in Spirit. What else do you need us to know? Can we get any further clarification on any of these messages? Okay, flame of courage. Ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst the shadows of fear. When I cut the deck, that's what I got. So, you know, it's just basically what I'm getting from this is somebody, this is the bombshell energy that I'm picking up on. Like somebody's gonna have the bravery to come forward, and they can make some sort of impact statement, or a new case could be started. Okay, that's really gonna like light a fire on something. Okay, there could be more victims involved in the case, and these people are gonna get together, come together, and it's gonna be a bombshell. Okay, Mountain of Mastery, and this is kind of like giving me the last thing I said about someone actually having mastered so much and survived so much. Okay, ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of mastery, a mountain pathway. So someone's, you see how this person here is standing on top of the mountain, like they're the king or queen of the hill. Someone, you know, like I said, you're on, like you've mastered something, and you may have mastered something so great that, yeah, you're gonna end up being in the limelight. But the way that you got thrust there, it may have been a difficult journey, but it's actually gonna be very lucrative for you. It may already be in someone's case here, okay, to where your story, okay, is actually gonna be your glory. All right, I like that. Your story is your glory. Okay. Anything else here from clarifying life situations? Okay, these are love and career oracle cards, just so you guys know. All right, I don't use these that often, but I was guided to them today for this message. Okay, it's a few dropped here. I just want to do another quick shuffle on these here. What do we have? All right, open doors. See? You have many options, so take your time to choose what's right, okay? You have many options, okay? So someone actually could get many different opportunities here based on something that is a personal story for them. I feel like someone may even do some sort of documentary. This could be a documentary. This could actually be having the opportunity to write something or work with a writer. Maybe that's what you will be doing, telling your story, working with a writer, but it's going to be a very unique way that this story is told. Somebody could even be currently seeking possibly even actors. Maybe you're even going to be selected for a particular role. Someone may even approach you with something like that. So that's kind of what I'm picking up on, right? You may have never even saw something like this for yourself, but you may get opportunities that you never thought that you would have. All right, and then the next card, God, can I make this stuff up? A labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. Like I said, see this, how it's a maze here? You're gonna have so many different directions. Your head gonna be spinning. You're like, I could go here, I could do this. Or maybe you might be blessed to just have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. This could even, like, I'm just seeing somebody like crying with tears of joy, okay? And something could really happen for you. Like, it could just seem like it's happening really fast, but if people really understood your story, they would know that it has not been a fast journey, fast progress. But something is here going to pick up pace here. It says fast progress. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. Okay, so this could even be something that's, let me show this one individual, because like I said, it's a maze here. Maybe someone's life has been like that. Okay, and you know, like sometimes when you go through a maze, you might go one way and then you're like, nope, that's not the right way to go. I got to go back this way. So for someone's life, it kind of has been like that. And then you see this person. I even had it come out recently in a message about your path to be clear, right? And that looks like a pretty clear path there, but you know, up above, you know, the clouds, it's been kind of cloudy, so that's kind of like what someone's life was like. But now somebody will be able to move forward with swift precision, and they and do what must be done now. Okay. And you may again even have hidden helpers. Some of those names could actually be people that are hidden helpers. Okay. All right, and I think that's all I want to take there. Anything else, Spirit, before we get finished here with this message? Keep getting drawn to these hidden futures. Okay, so these, let's see if we have anything else that we need to know about that's coming. What do we need to know here, Spirit? Anything else we need to know? Let's see what we have here. I just feel like with this toxic, because it's still there, y'all. Like there's an underlying hint of people that are still trying to keep up some sort of toxicity. And it's only because they have created, like the things I've been picking up on, like whoever that is doing things that's not right. Like he said, what? Yep. People that have been doing stuff, that's what they're going to be like when they get caught up. Huh? What? They're gonna be like, what? Like they're gonna act like they don't know what they're talking about. But these are people that have been keeping up mess, keeping up toxic behavior, going into job after hours doing stuff they ain't got no business doing, looking over their shoulder, being asked to do things that they know are wrong, accepting bribes. Okay, look. Didn't I say somebody was getting rid of things, throwing away? Not it says throwing away, but files. Something about files or information, or like what I said, somebody kind of getting some kind of way, having access to get somebody's information, getting rid of, tossing it out. Okay, but I'm telling you, people, they know, or someone said something, or someone being seen. Somebody could have even been, like I said, brave and told what they knew. Okay. Be careful of this too. Someone here trying to give you a fake apology. No, when they did what they did, and they meant it. Okay, so don't let anybody, because I used to get the song all the time. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Too late to apologize. It's too late. I know one time I was doing a message, you guys, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a setting on my phone or somebody tampering, but the card even came out in reverse. And you know, most times when I do my messages, you can see what it says on the video. But this person, that could even be the bugaboo energy, whoever is tampering with you. Tampering with the devices. Okay? And this literally, I don't know if this is literally someone putting on a show, will have an opportunity to be part of some sort of show, or if this is someone who has been putting on a show in your life. Acting like they're for you when they're really not. All right, and that has been the message, you guys. All right, I love you so much, and if you do like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. If you know about any of these fools that's been doing any of this, step up and be brave. Okay, do what you need to do. All right, could be a message for any of us. Do what you need to do, because it's come out here in the message. Do what you need to do, so we can get these fools up out the way, okay? So that they don't have the ability to harm or hurt anyone else, especially children, you guys, because there's been way far too much of that. Even a lot of minorities being taken, and it's not to take away from anybody else, but I've been just picking up on that a lot, like a lot of people being taken advantage of, minorities. I was also picking up on someone that could potentially also be bilingual, somebody of Latino descent as well, being taken advantage of. I don't know if this is a room number, but right now I'm seeing 313 as well. And I'm not sure what that angel number means, but somebody may want to look that up. 313. All right, and that's been the message, you guys. All right, so again, please like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully some things will be clearing up for a lot of us, especially if you've been going through it for quite some time. All right, because many of you have you have made some substantial changes for the better. Okay, and you don't deserve a lot of things that you have gone through. Okay, my son is in there just cracking up. All right, but I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next message. Bye.